show you how great I am.
I'm gonna float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. I am the king of the world.
G5 Jeff TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video, support your boy. Support good content at all times. All social media is in the description box, and please hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I drop that heat. Jermell Charlo and Jermell Charlo missed a WBC drug testing, according to badlefthook.com. Article was written by Michael Woods. Big shout out to the site. Big shout out to Michael Woods. I also got an email on this from the WBC because I'm subscribed with the WBC's email. And this story's about a day or two old. And y'all know me. Y'all know how I do. I like to hear what other people think about a topic, and then I like to come in and bring the smoke. I listened to Goodfella Sports TV, formerly known as the Boxing Clinic, and more. Big shout out to CJ, that whole movement over there, man. He definitely be bringing that smoke, man. Definitely subscribe to his channel. And the thing that I got out of this is I could go about this a couple of different ways. I could completely bash the Charlo brothers and be like, why did they miss a WBC VADA testing? WBC has a clean boxing program where it's supposed to be 365 days where you could be drug tested. And basically how the process works is the WBC communicates with either the boxer or the representative of the boxer in terms of their whereabouts within a certain time frame. And then they basically go ahead, pop up on you, and you go ahead and you take the test. Now, in the grand scheme of things, I'm only worried about when you take the test, are you clean or not? You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's the main thing. But we're talking about both of them missing the WBC drug test. I'm a little up in the air about this one, only because I don't want to jump to conclusions. There's been several people within boxing circles that have mentioned that the Charlo brothers are, on the finest juices. Now, I don't know if that's true or not true. I just know that they haven't had a positive drug test. That's the only fact that I do know. And, the Charlo brothers, have they improved as boxers? Absolutely. Does it look like they improved on their power? Absolutely. But you can improve on your power by technique, putting weight on your shots, a lot of different things. Catch a guy with a shot that they don't see. So just because a guy goes on a little bit of a streak knocking guys out, that doesn't mean that they on the juice. Now, if it's a situation like Paulie Malignaggi knocking motherfuckers out, like, you know what I'm saying, then it's like, all right, what kind of juice you on? Like, it's not one of those type situations, but it's troubling. I'm not going to sit up here and lie. I'm not going to fraud. It's troubling because you can't get mad once this happens and then people start to speculate. You know what I'm saying? Like, them being registered with the clean boxing program, cool. Them going through VADA testing, cool. And again, as long as they take the test and it comes up negative, that's all I really care about. But the fact that both of them missed the drug test is just, like I said, it's concerning, because I can see if both of them were with the same trainer or with the same camp, I can understand that. But they have two different trainers. Like, the Charlos have two different trainers. The Charlos have two different camps. They train in two different places. So I don't know if the WBC just figured like, hey, they're brothers, they're twin brothers, so I'm assuming they're together. Let's schedule them for the same day. Let's pop up on them on the same day. I guess if I had to ask more questions in regards to the issue, if I had the opportunity to ask Michael Woods, who wrote the article, were both of the Charlo brothers scheduled to have drug tested on the same day? Or were they scheduled on 2 different days? That would be my main question, because if they were scheduled on the same day, then, okay, cool. Like, maybe they were somewhere together, whatever the case may be. WBC communicated with the wrong people. Charlos didn't get the message. All right, cool. But if it was like 2 separate dates, 2 separate locations, and both of them just so happened to miss the WBC VADA testing, that's the head scratcher. Like, that's what would make me be like, all right, that's a little suspicious, a little fishy. I don't like the way that look. I don't like the way that smell. You understand what I'm saying? So, even though this article came out saying that Jermall and Jermell Charlo missed a mandatory VADA testing, I mean, this is not the first time this has happened. I mean, Adrian Broner missed one. There's other fighters that has missed the WBC testing. It's really up to the WBC to really let us know what they're going to do going forward. I mean, are they going to schedule one immediately, with Jermell and Jermall Charlo? I mean, hell, they fight December 22nd. Like, that's right around the corner. So, I'm wondering what Jermell and Jermall Charlo's opponents are thinking right now. You know what I'm saying? It's a dicey situation. Like, it's a dicey situation. But the one thing that I do like in terms of the WBC, now, y'all know me, I done jumped on the WBC a couple of times about various issues. You understand what I'm saying? But the one thing that this situation is doing, and just the WBC period with this clean boxing program, is bringing awareness. That's my thing. It's bringing awareness. People are talking about it. When you want to change something, when you want to turn a negative into a positive, you have to bring awareness first to the masses. And with the WBC clean boxing program, and I think the WBA has their own clean boxing program as well that's supposed to be 365, it is bringing awareness to not only the fighters, but their promotional teams, managers, but the boxing media and the boxing public and the boxing fans. Everybody's talking about drug testing. Everybody's talking about drug testing. Everybody's talking about fighters being clean, or you're suspecting a certain fighter being dirty. It's all awareness. And it's a good thing, because it should make a boxer be more responsible when it comes down to what they put inside of their body. It should make you responsible for when you have to take a darn test. Now, I know it's supposed to be random, but I'm pretty sure the WBC did their homework in terms of their whereabouts. I'm pretty sure it was pretty thorough. I can't imagine them talking to Jermall and Jermell Charlo's 8th cousin from Kansas City and like, hey, are they going to be in Texas? They going to be in Dallas or Houston on this date? All right, cool. Nah. Like, WBC is too big of a company, been around for too long to make that type of an error. Now, they make goofy errors just not following their own rules, but I don't see them making this type of an error. I would love to interview Tony Harrison right now, and that's Jermell Charlo's opponent. And then Willie Monroe Jr., I would love to interview him as well and find out what he thinks about this whole situation. Because Jermell Charlo, I mean, he declined VADA testing against Julian J. Rock Williams. And I know Julian J. Rock Williams and his trainer did an interview after the fight. And he basically said he wished he would have just paid for the VADA testing, like out of pocket, and he didn't know if it was going to change the results of the fight because, I mean, Jermall Charlo landed one of the best counter shots you'll ever see in that fight against Julian J. Rock Williams. But, J. Rock Williams' trainer basically was just like, man, I should just pay for the VADA testing out of pocket. And VADA testing is expensive. It's very expensive. And some fighters, don't want to pay it or can't afford to pay it, or, some of the promoters don't want to, front the bill. But fighters' safety is the most important thing when it comes down to boxing. Like, these fighters can die. Like, they risk their lives in the ring. So if there is some type of miscommunication between the WBC and the Charlo brothers, it needs to be made public. It needs to be made public. Like, it can't just be a situation where it gets swept under the rug and it's like, okay, well, it was just miscommunication. We tested them now. Like, no, we need to know what happened so we can put it out there in the atmosphere so these fighters know what to do and what not to do, period. It's no different than if a fighter gets popped dirty for a banned substance. We seen that with Billy Joe Saunders. Like, we seen it with Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz said he was, he had asthma. Billy Joe Saunders said it was a drug that's, legal in the UK. I mean, yeah, that's the case. But with the application, the WBC VADA testing application, they ask you, what are you taking? If you're taking something that might pop up on the test, they give you an opportunity to say it. You understand what I'm saying? All of this comes back to awareness. So I hope there's a legitimate excuse as far as the WBC and Jermall and Jermell Charlo and why the test didn't happen, why it was missed. But whatever the confusion was, number one, I hope they test clean for their fight for December 22nd. It seems like they're upfront guys, so I don't suspect that they are juicing. But, the reason why they missed the test needs to be made public. And hopefully these guys are on the straight and narrow. And all of these boxers are just on the straight and narrow, period. It's a dangerous game. It's a dangerous game out here. So it's never good to hear this type of news, especially from, Jermell and Jermall Charlo. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. G5 Jeff TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video, support your boy. Support good content at all times. I appreciate y'all. Peace.